Hello everyone, thank you for viewing my channel. Please subscribe, hit that like button, and feel free to comment as always. I realized that when I made my Mystery Mondays video last time, I've been moving my laptop back and forth, so my grandson, I lowered his pack and play to the playpen mode, and whenever he's laying in it, I lower my laptop from where I have it to do my recordings so that he can see it, and I realized that I had pulled it further forward than I generally do whenever I set it back up last time, so it looked like I was like squished and stuff. But anyway, so this video is about Masked Singer Season 6, Episode 11, or the Group A semifinals, as well as the Alter Ego semifinals. Sorry, twisting over my tongue here. But I am still not feeling particularly well. Hopefully I will be feeling better before too long. So I had meant to make a video the day before Thanksgiving when I found this out, when I was checking to see whether or not there was going to be an episode of The Masked Singer the night before Thanksgiving in the United States. And I forgot to do that. But after this episode, there are going to be 2 more episodes. One will be the Group B semifinals, and then there will be the finale between whoever wins the Group B semifinals, and the person that won on episode 11. So this is something they've never done before, narrowing each group down to one person, and then those people going against each other. And I really wish that they still had 3 groups like they used to, instead of all of these wild cards coming in. So we'd still have 3 people in the finale. But, also still don't really feel like it's particularly fair to everyone, seeing as they do break them down into groups instead of just having everyone compete against each other. But, that way everyone doesn't get to compete against each other, which makes it hard to know if this person might have beat that person, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, on that note, so I was rewatching the old episodes, and I didn't make a whole lot of notes on clues. Like I didn't really honestly notice any new clues for Bull or Skunk, which are the 2 that performed in the Group A semifinal. I know most of you have probably already watched this episode, and I'm sorry that I'm making this so late. As I said, I've not been feeling particularly well, and some of my family has been feeling very bad, and I've been kind of busy. So anyway, I was rewatching the episodes that have already been on, and watching the clues and listening to the performances and all of that sort of stuff. And I never did make a list of the people that have been revealed and who they were. Like I said that I wanted to do. I'll try to do that before at least the finale. I still have to do my Mystery Mondays stuff. So that's going to take me a while. And this is Saturday night. So, I'm probably, if I feel like it, going to spend all day Sunday and a little bit of Monday preparing stuff for my Mystery Mondays, which I haven't gone back and looked. Actually, yes, I did check and see if anyone commented. Nobody seems to have commented on whether they would prefer for me to do something on the Halifax explosion, which is anniversary is December the 6th, or if they would prefer for me to go ahead and do stuff about the cold cases in the national parks and within the United States, like I've been doing. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'll go ahead and get back to this. But yeah, so I'm not sure which one I'm probably going to end up doing. I wouldn't necessarily have to do the research for the Halifax explosion because I already have that research somewhere. So I could possibly do that quicker than doing research on cold cases of missing persons. But anyway, so as I was rewatching the episodes that had already been on for The Masked Singer Season 6, I was taking note of who I thought that the people were based on their clues and their performances, right? And there was someone for Skunk that I was like, I don't think that I've thought of this person before, but maybe I have. I try to go back and rewatch my videos sometimes and go, oh, well, I did say that, or like, no, I guess I didn't say that, or something. But sometimes that's kind of hard to do, especially when you're super busy and life gets in the way. You know how it is. But anyway, so I was watching Skunk perform, and they showed the D on the vase, which they were like, Diva. And I was like, I mean, it could be Diana Ross. She's 77 years old, but the last I knew, she still got around pretty well. So it could possibly be Diana Ross, right? That's a D. And the 70s, there were disco clues and stuff, but quite a bit of stuff that had to do with the 70s, like the huge boombox, which I pointed out was from the 70s, in my opinion, not the 80s. But yeah, so I was like, it could be Diana Ross. And then they were showing all the pink clues, the color pink, and I was like, or Reese Witherspoon, because she played for Elle in Legally Blonde and had all of the pink stuff. You remember? See something that kind of looks like a shadow. That I guess it is my shadow with the light going through it. Anyway, it looks weird. But yes, so then I was watching Bull perform on that same episode, and I thought it was interesting because on most of the episodes that I was watching, either Bull or Skunk One performed first. I thought that was really interesting. But so I was watching Bull perform and watching the way he moved and the way the outfit is, and I was like, he could be Donnie Wahlberg. And listening to like his voice and him singing and stuff, I'm like, he'll be Donnie Wahlberg. That'd be funny. But anyway, and then so I was thinking about him talking about, how Hollywood finally took note of him, as did Forbes. And I was like, or it could be Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller, I don't think, started acting until later on in life, which I found out both of his parents are in the movie business. So he actually was in a series, I think it was, when he was 9 years old. But then I couldn't really find anything else that he did until he was about, like, the first movie that he made that really got noticed was Zoolander. And I think that he was already 25, 26 years old when he was in Zoolander. So I was like, I mean, yeah, it could be Ben Stiller. He can sing, for those of you who don't know. And so then I was listening to Skunk again, and this was the one I believe that had the boombox with the religious music playing from it. And I was like, I'm going back to Whoopi Goldberg. She said that she's talking about how smart she was. She had a scholarship. There was something that happened in her life that made her take another direction. So I looked up, and Whoopi Goldberg had her daughter. I'm not sure if she has more than one child, but she had her oldest daughter at the age of 18. So I was like, yeah, this could totally be Whoopi. Whoopi is smart. She's smart as a whip. So yeah, I was like, this could be Whoopi. And so then I listened to Bull perform, and now these are the episodes. Like, I didn't come up with Whoopi Goldberg till quite a bit later, but most of these, it's the episode that the person I was like, yeah, this is who I think this is, right? So I was watching Bull perform, and I'm like, he totally sounds like Eminem. I think this was the one where he did circus. I'm like, he totally sounds like Eminem, and I had to laugh, and I was like, or possibly Billie Joe Armstrong. So I was also watching, and I was almost certain that Bull was the one that said that his mother is his biggest fan, and she goes to the shows with him and goes to watch him and supports him and everything. But I did not see him say that when I was rewatching this stuff, and it's possible that was like after he had performed or something like that, and that I somehow missed that part. And I'm also not sure on the Maskey episode that I watched the part about Bull. I think I did, but I wouldn't swear to it. It's so hot in my bedroom. In my house in general, really. But anyway, personal problems, right? But yeah, so I was like, going back to the same people that I was going to before. So then they played Skunk on the next episode. This would be, let me see, episode 2. There was the second one she was on, which was episode 2. I believe it was the one anyway, and they had it was the party rocking one. So they had the party hats with a disco ball. And I had looked up stuff about Whoopi having to do with disco before, which I think I said in my short thing. And on The View, they had thrown her a disco-themed birthday party. So I'm like, yeah, birthday party hats and disco. It's totally Whoopi, right? And for all I know, this other person could be on there. But yeah, so I'm like, I'm sticking with Whoopi, right? And so then I watched Bull on the third episode that the two of them were on, that Group A was on, which I believe was episode 4. I could be wrong about that. And that's the one where he talked about that Hollywood and Forbes finally took note of him. He had the 1998 Mac computer. And I'm like, Ben Stiller? Maybe Adam Sandler? They could both sing, y'all, And then so further down, I looked in a little to some of these people that I thought he might be, but not all of them. And then there was Jenny on one of the episodes made reference to that they had so many clues for Bull referencing the LGBTQ community. and stuff such as that. Like there were um, rainbow clouds, I think it was, or something of that sort, on one of the episodes. So I was like, well, I mean, it could possibly be someone else from Queer Eye, or someone from Queer Eye for a straight guy, or something like that, or it could be Adam Lambert. Like she was thinking, there's so many people it could be. And so I was looking up stuff. I don't remember what else. There was something else I was looking up it in relation to. And one of the things that I found was the show Queer as Folk, which is a British show. I believe it's a comedy. I don't think I've ever seen any of it, but Charlie Hunnam, however you want to pronounce it, the guy that plays for Jax on Sons of Anarchy, and I believe he played for the Christian Grey, is that his name, on 50 Shades of Grey? Obviously, I've not seen it. I believe he played for him. He was also in Green Street Hooligans, which was the first movie I saw him in, and as far as I could find, that was the first movie that he was in that, like, was kind of a big deal. Elijah Wood was in it, so it was, like, connected to Hollywood. But I couldn't find, well, I don't remember what age he was when he was in Queer as Folk. I think he was like maybe 19 or 20 or somewhere in there. So see, for acting, he's kind of going further on. And like with the whole Sons of Anarchy and 50 Shades of Grey type thing, I'm sure Forbes took note of him. So I was like, well, this could be Charlie Hunnam. He can sing. I don't know how well he can sing, but I know he can sing. And I found a video that had some of him singing, but it was all really short clips. And I'm like, I mean, I kind of sang on Green Street Hooligans. So he can sing. So I'm like, maybe it could be him. And then we have the 1998 Mac thing. So I'm like, I don't know. Not real sure how old he is, right? And I don't think he has said anything about having children, which I don't know if Charlie Hunnam has children or not either. I realize I'm pronouncing his name different, but every time I say it. But so then Skunk, they showed the 1994 pager. I wrote these down because I think I got both of them wrong the first time that I wrote them down, but she had a 1994 pager. And I had thought that what she said was she didn't get to say bye to someone, and that was the way that the panel made it sound. I've reverted back to calling them the judges for some reason. But yeah, they were talking like she said she didn't get to say goodbye to someone, which basically she didn't, but that's not what she said. What she said was she was at a party and she made the decision to not go over and say hi to someone, not realizing that that would be the last opportunity she would have to do so. That was what she actually said. But so yeah, they said all of that, and I'm going, I still think it's Whoopi Goldberg. There are a lot of people that have been lost in this world, and I'm sure Whoopi has lost a lot of people that she's been close to. Sadly, most of us have, right? And so then I watched the new episode, and I failed apparently to write down what either of them sang, or the few clues that I did notice, which I didn't really notice very many at all for either of them. But I was watching. No, I was watching my grandson when I watched. No, I watched it at 6 o'clock in the morning, which is way early for me. I'm one of them people who wants to stay up till 2:30, 3:30, 4:30 in the morning. Not be getting up around that time, anywhere close to that time. I want to sleep till 11, 11:30, 12, 1 p.m. That's just, it's the way I've always been. I'm a night owl. But anyway, so yeah, I was watching it at 6 o'clock in the morning. I think is why I didn't write any of that stuff down. And I had thought about watching it and writing it down again. And I started watching Frogger on Peacock. Oh my gosh, I love that game show. But anyway, that's a whole other story. But anyway, so yeah, so I didn't write down any of that stuff, but I will tell you what you probably already watched it. As I said, Bull performed with, my brain is saying Hunter Hayes. That's the wrong one. I'm still getting them confused. Jesse McCartney. Yeah. Bull performed with Jesse McCartney, and they did an excellent job on the song that they performed, of course. And Skunk performed with Michael Bublé. No, wrong one. Michael Bolton. I swore I wrote this down so that I would not get it confused. But yes, Skunk performed with Michael Bolton, not Bublé. And Bull performed with Jesse McCartney. not Hunter Hayes. Anyway, though he did have that astronaut in his clues at one point. Anyway, so yeah. Um, oh shoot. If anyone knows who Hunter Hayes is married to, is he the one that's married to that Baldwin girl? If anyone knows and you're watching, like, comment and tell me who Hunter Hayes is married to. No, the Baldwin girl's married to Justin Bieber. But if anyone knows who Hunter Hayes is married to, comment and let me know, because I feel like maybe the person he's married to is the connection to Bull, not Hunter Hayes himself. Anyway, on that note, so yeah, I didn't write down what they sang, but they each performed individually, and then what they did their duets, which I really enjoyed because it gave you more of an opportunity to see them perform in different styles, like on the same night, right? And so I was like, wow, this is really cool. But so that being said, I am now going to tell you, which I'm sure you probably already know, who got revealed on episode 11, the semifinals for Group A of The Masked Singer season 6. Now, if you don't want to hear this because you haven't already seen it, and you do want to hear the part about the alter ego stuff, I would say wait probably about 7, 8 minutes, skip about 7 or 8 minutes ahead, and that should take you to the part about alter ego, probably. I'm going to keep an eye on my time and try to make sure that that happens. So I would say probably about 23:40 on the time. Let's go with 20. I'm sorry. Let's go with 23:55 or 24:55 on the time for the next part. Spoiler alert, telling you who got revealed in case you don't already know, or you already do. Anyway, the one of them that got revealed was Skunk, and let's face it, these people are all real good, especially at this point. We've only got 4 of them left, right? So they're really good. So Skunk got revealed. Bull gets to move on, which I'm very happy about. Not that I didn't like Skunk, but I've liked Bull ever since the first episode. And I was like, Bull moves to the finale, yay! And I'm not sure who he is still, LOL, which is part of why I was doing. I did some more research that's further down here. And then they did a Glee clue where the guy that plays for the teacher, the brown haired guy, I saw his name. I want to say it's Will something. But yeah, the guy that plays for him gave a clue. Well, to me, it's a clue. He was wishing Bull luck, and telling him he's proud of him and such, which makes me think it's someone who is possibly younger and has been on Glee, but not necessarily younger, because the clues don't make Bull seem like he's younger. And there's the 1998 Mac computer, which if he was old enough to be using a computer, I'm wanting to say is at least 12, 13 in 1998. My youngest daughter was born in 1997, and she's 20. I'm probably going to embarrass myself and get this wrong. She's 24 though. Anyway, so the other stuff that I have written down here is, oh yes, this is stuff about Bull. So I'm actually not going to say this now because it's not going to matter if people that skipped ahead hear this part, right? So what I am going to tell you guys now is who Skunk was when she was revealed. She turned out to be Faith Evans. And I thought I made it. Oh, yes, I did make it out. I thought I made a note somewhere that Robin got her right. Okay, so she was revealed and she turned out to be Faith Evans. I don't know her at all, but a lot of people seem to like her and know who she was. They seem to be thrilled that she was on the show. So I'm like, yay, she was on there. A lot of people know her. Good for them. It's always kind of disappointing to me when someone's revealed and I'm like, whoever that is. Like me with JoJo Siwa, but a lot of people do know who she is. Just because I don't know who she is doesn't mean that she doesn't deserve to be on there and doesn't do a good job, right? So anyway, yeah, I was like, I don't know her at all, but a lot of people seem to. And Robin Thicke, the very first episode, when they did their initial guesses, they write them down, they put them in whatever device they have. I believe it was a box with a hand on that episode. Might be wrong about that, but anyway, I think that's what it was. They write them down, they stow them away until the person gets revealed, and then Nick brings them out, and it's like, who got this right? Did anyone get this right? Right? And so Robin's initial guess for Skunk was Faith Evans, and he decided to stick with his guess of Faith Evans. Ken and Nicole, I believe it was, went with Mary J. Blige. I'm trying to remember if there was a guest panelist on there or not. It seems like there was, but if there was, I can't think of who it was. So maybe there wasn't. Anyway, and I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly, that Jenny decided to go with the same person that Robin went with, which was Faith Evans. So I think Jenny and Robin both got her right. But since it was not Jenny's initial guess, Jenny still has no points toward the golden ear and all of the button push things have been used up. So now the only chance that she has to get a point is if she knows who the person that gets sent home between Banana Split and Queen of Hearts is, and got it right in her initial guess, that sticks to that and gets the right guess. Or if she gets whichever one gets, whichever one gets, any of the others that get revealed, I guess, if she gets any of them right with her initial guess, she'll get a point, but then other people could still get points also, so she could end up being still behind. But right now, Robin, Nicole, almost said Jenny, Robin, Nicole, and Ken each have a point for the initial thing, and they're actually the only three that have gotten right, I think. I want to say Jenny got one right, but I don't remember who it was if she did. Now I'm confusing myself. And I told that time way, way later than I should have. It didn't take me very long at all to tell who Skunk was. But anyway, so yeah, Robin now has a point toward the golden trophy. Well, I guess I told them to come in for the alter ego part. I didn't tell them to stay tuned for more stuff about the Masked Singer part, but everyone probably already knows that she was revealed by now anyway. So none of y'all probably are skipping ahead to that part, now that I think about it. But so, okay. So, as I said, the Glee clue, or as I was about to say, I should say, the Glee clue has me thinking perhaps Bull is Neil Patrick Harris. Now, I texted my sister, and they had shown a checkered flag, which made me think of car races because that's where my brain goes with that. And so I'm like, maybe it's Jason Priestley because he drove a race car, and he can probably sing. I don't know. See, it seems like some of the panelists have guessed Jason Priestley in the past. And oh my gosh, I can't. David Austin Green was on, so it could be. But yeah, so I was like, that made me think of him. And then with the Glee thing, I was like, maybe Neil Patrick Harris. And I was trying to tie a checkered flag into Glee, which maybe they had a race on there, like a car race. I don't know. I'm sorry to admit, but I watched Glee when my youngest daughter was a teenager, and didn't watch it all the time with her then. I've probably seen a total of 8 to 12 episodes of Glee. Not that it's not a good show. Just, I don't know. To me, I guess it was too much like it was trying to mimic High School Musical, but it wasn't High School Musical, so make a series of High School Musical, which they did, and I never did watch that either, actually. But anyway, it didn't have the same characters on it, so I don't know. But anyway, I'm getting all chatty because I'm trying to report I started to go to sleep at 4 p.m. In my time, it's 7:34 p.m. right now. Anyway, so someone else from Glee that I considered, Jenny mentioned RuPaul's Drag Race with the checkered flag. She said that was what it made her think of. And so I was looking up stuff about RuPaul's Drag Race and Glee, and I found a thing where Damian is interviewing one of the girls from Glee, as she's going to go in to watch an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. And I believe that this Damian who was interviewing her, I could be wrong, but I believe that he was Damian McGinty, who is also on the show. McGinty, whichever way you want to pronounce it. So I was like, well, it could be Damian McGinty, I guess. So this is when I started looking at people's ages, y'all. Sort of, kind of, anyway. So I asked what year Damian McGinty was born, and my trusty assistant told me that he was born in 1929. Not 1929. Oh my God, that would make him old, wouldn't it? I'm sorry. Said that Damian McGinty was born in 1992, which makes him 29 years old. And I was like, so no. He would have been 6 years old when a 1998 Mac computer was around. I don't see him using a computer at 6. Now, mind you, I'm sure there were a lot of people that had the internet and their kids were using computers when it was 1992. But mine weren't. We got our first computer in, I believe, I got divorced in 1994. So I think we got our first computer in, trying to remember, 2000, possibly. I hear my son. I hope I didn't wake him up. He has to work tonight, late tonight. So anyway, another person that I was considering based on the RuPaul's Drag Race theme, and when I researched that with Glee, I found out that Shangela, we all love Shangela, right? Or we love to hate Shangela from RuPaul's Drag Race if you've ever watched it. Anyway, I found out that Shangela was on 2 to 3, like everything I saw said, she was on 2 or 3 episodes of Glee, and I'm like, well, was it 2 or 3? She was either on 2 or 3. I don't know. But anyway, so she was on 2 or 3 episodes of Glee, and she's from RuPaul's Drag Race. She is a drag queen. She's not from it, but she was on it, And so I checked to see when she was born, and it told me she was born in 1981. And I was like, so maybe this could be Shangela. She's 40 years old. And not to put your age out there, Shangela. But anyway, Shangela LaQuifa Wadley. I keep trying to say Wadley. Wadley is her name, her stage name. And then, of course, I looked up Neil Patrick Harris, who I knew was older than Shangela. He was born in 1981, making him 48 years old. So I was like, of course, could be, because he would have been I'm going to embarrass myself by trying to do this math. In 1998, he would have been, actually, I did figure this out because I was like, oh, so he was 6 years. No, that was when I was trying to figure out what year he was born. Anyway, I screwed up on it. I was trying to make him older than me instead of younger than me. Sorry, Neil. But yes, so I was like, so maybe it could be him. And then I was thinking about the way that Bull dances and moves around, and you know how Bull kicked his leg way up there and about kicked a horn off, and he's done the not the splits, but the almost splits, where you put one leg bent and the other one straight out. He has done that at least 2 or 3 times that I recall. He did it at least once on this episode 11, the semifinal for Group A. And at least part of the time when he does it, which on this episode he lays back after he's done the bent leg and straight leg out thing. And that is something that a lot of drag queens do, including Shangela. So I'm like, that's making me lean towards Shangela. I want my sister to know who Bull is because she wants Bull to win. And I don't think that she watches RuPaul's Drag Race. So I feel like she might be disappointed if that is who it is, but I think it'd be pretty cool. Shangela does have a female character, but he's a guy, and and she has recorded some songs. One of her songs is called "Call Me LaQuifa," and it's a rap song. And remember how she said, I'm concentrating on the rapping right now, but usually I'm a person who, or he, Bull said, usually I'm a person who concentrates on what's on the inside, but right now I'm concentrating on the rapping. And that was when he had performed Circus, which I'm sorry, Robin, it does have rap tones in it, rappy parts. But so yeah, I'm like, my trusty assistant over here. I asked her to play Shangela's music for me, and she only found two songs, and they were both rap songs. So I'm like, I mean, this could be Shangela. His voice is lower, her voice is lower when she sings, and I had forgotten that was one of the things that the other drag queens on RuPaul's Drag Race didn't like about her when she would perform, because like, honey, you're pretending like you're. Are you pretending like you're a drag queen or a drag king? Why are you talking like? Why are you saying like that? And she'd be like, I mean, this is my voice. That's how I sing. And which Latrice Royale, he doesn't sing or talk particularly high, and he's a drag queen. He's one of my favorites. Look him up. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going like maybe Bull. I think Bull could be Shangela, though I'm not entirely against Bull being Neil Patrick Harris. I'm sure he is still in very good shape, and we have seen these characters go on there. These people dressed up as these characters go on there and mimic people. Remember the one that went on there? Paul Schaefer went on there and mimicked Martin Short, partly because he knew that Ken had been on there, was close with Martin Short and had been guessing Martin Short, and he wanted him to believe that he was Martin Short. So he was mimicking him. So we know that they do stuff like that to try and trick us. So it's like it could be Neil Patrick Harris, and he's trying to make us think that he's someone that he's not. Um, I'm sure he's been in something that had to do with racing. And another person that briefly came to mind that I never did write down for Bull was Will Ferrell, because Bibbidi Bobbidi, Bibbidi Bobbidi, that's not it. Bobby, oh my gosh, I'm not going to think of the name of this movie. My daughter gave me the movie because she didn't like it. Talladega Nights. Um, Will Ferrell was in Talladega Nights, and I don't think that he started acting until he was older, or like he did some smaller roles, but like didn't do anything where he was, got really well known. And I don't know if Forbes has taken notice of him, but Hollywood certainly has. So I was like, he seems to be kind of high energy and a little goofy. So I'm like, he can definitely be Will Ferrell, especially with the holidays coming up and him thinking about Elf. But I'm also going, it could be Adam Sandler because he can sing. I'm like, I don't know if Will Ferrell can sing. These people are from Saturday Night Live. I'm sure they can sing, actually. Ben Stiller was on Saturday Night Live. I'm sure they can all sing. I'm just so confused right now as to who Bull is, though, which leads me to think maybe it is someone like Shangela, because that's someone who wouldn't be as obvious to me given the clues and such. And so I was like, I wish that I had gone, when I was rewatching the stuff, I wish I had written down the clues, but I did read them on that website I did last year, which is Entertainment Weekly, I think. I read over them, and there was like nothing really that jumped out at me for a particular person. So it's like, I don't know. We will see. So anyway, now I'm going to talk. I've gone way past the time I told people to tune in to hear the alter ego stuff. But anyway, now I'm going to talk briefly about alter ego semifinal. I wish that I had written down the songs that they performed, but I did not. The ones that were on the semifinal, though, were Seven, Safara, Dipper Scott, and Orlando Deville. And I did not put their names in the order that they performed. Yes, actually, yes, I did. I sort of say I didn't, I'm not sure why, but yes, that's the order they did perform in. Seven performed first, then Safara, then Dipper Scott, and then Orlando Deville, who's the one that I could not think of his name last week. My sister texted me and was like, he's the one you couldn't think of. And I was like, oh yeah, don't know how I forgot him. I love that name, like some of the others. But anyway, so I liked the guys' performances the best, and so did my sister. But the judges disagreed, and the ones that they moved. Ah, I said, but the judges disagreed and moved Seven. Oh yes, okay. So the ones that moved on Alter Ego were Seven and Dipper Scott. Um, Seven was on the platform. They did not elect to put Safara on the platform. Then Dipper Scott performed, and all of them except for Grimes did elect to put Dipper Scott on the platform. So he took Seven's spot. I'm pretty sure that's right. And then I'm confusing myself. But yeah, so then Orlando Deville performed, and he did not take Dipper Scott's place on the platform on the diamond. And so, trying to think. So yeah, Dipper Scott automatically moved on, and then I want to say the audience voted. That doesn't make any sense. It seems like the audience voted for a person to save. I think I'm thinking of the week before last that they did that. So yeah, um, I'm so confused because there are only two of them that are still moving on. I'm pretty sure. I am sure. And so yeah, pretty sure Dipper Scott was on the diamond at the end, and this video is turning out to be way longer than I intended. But Dipper Scott was on there at the end, and then I thought that the others were going to have to perform. Oh yes, they voted on who to reveal first. That's what it was. The audience voted on who they liked the best, and the one that had the least votes got revealed first, which turned out to be Safara. Um, yeah, so she got revealed, and they got to see who she was. They being the judges and the live audience, I guess. Of course, we already knew who Safara was. And so then that's where I was getting confused at. They revealed her, and then Orlando, Deville, and Seven, the judges voted for. See, now I'm confusing myself. Ah, I'm just so confused. Anyway, I will read what I have written here, and maybe it'll clear it up for me because it's been a while since I've watched this. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, so I said I think that Dipper Scott will win, but it depends on what they sing and how they do, and adjustments they make to their outfits, if any. My grandson really loved the end of Seven's performance when she disappeared into the floor and then reappeared through the floor. He really loved that. He was like, "Ooh," because he does watch most of these shows with me. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, and that's all that I said. So I'm sorry that I can't remember exactly how the end of this show worked. I'm so bad because the deal is okay. I do recall Grimes did not want to put Dipper Scott on the diamond, and it seems to me like when Safari got revealed, like maybe Seven was still on the diamond through the whole thing, but I was thinking that she wasn't. But anyway, I recall uh, Grimes saying, well, let me check my text with my sister, um, because I recalled Grimes saying that Dipper Dan is still her favorite, yet she did not vote for him to go on the diamond, and I was like, okay, whatever, chick, you know. Um, I probably didn't even say. See, she asked me if I saw Ego, and I said, not yet. I just looked up RuPaul's Drag Race and Glee. Not sure if you ever watched Drag Race, but Shangela from It was on Glee a couple of episodes, so Bull could be her/him. And and then I said, okay, I'm guessing Damian McGinty from Glee. He was on Drag Race, which he was, and pretty sure that was him anyway. And then I changed my mind back to maybe Shangela. And then so I told her I watched Ego. I think Dipper Scott should beat her easily, but never can tell with these goofy judges. And she said true. She said she thought Deville was better than the women. And I told her me too. It cracked me up that Grimes didn't vote to put Dipper up, then told Orlando Dipper is still her favorite. So yeah, I'm not remembering how the end of that went. Um, and also, I was totally completely forgetting, but whenever they when they revealed Safara, like see, seven was one of the ones that was in the lower ones because Orlando and Orlando, Seven, and Safara were backstage, and whenever they revealed, um, so that they were going to reveal Safara, Seven was like, what? And I'm sitting there going, I mean, it's her or you, like they're revealing two of y'all tonight. So it's her or you, or like, or him realistically. So, and they did end up revealing, in addition to Safara, they revealed Orlando Deville. And so apparently he was the one that, um, it makes no sense because it was between Seven and Orlando Deville, and maybe like she had said previously, Grimes had, that Dipper Scott is her favorite of all of the characters, um, by far. His performances and his outfit and the way that they meld together and all of that sort of stuff. And then so on this episode, she said the same thing about Seven. And I was like, I feel like you forgot who you said that about before because I literally just watched the episode where you said that Orlando was your favorite, and they showed a clip of you saying that. Or not Orlando, I'm sorry, Dipper Scott. So I'm like, you said that he was your favorite. Now you're saying Seven's your favorite. And she told Orlando that as much as she loves his performance and his outfit and whatnot and the other, Dipper she's like, Dipper is still my favorite. And I'm going, and yet you didn't choose to put him on the diamond. So whenever he got put up there, but he was put up there, and you're not voting between Orlando and Dipper. You're voting between Orlando and Seven. So, like, I don't know what she's smoking or something. She have the COVID or something and her brain ain't working right. I don't know. But it seemed to me like she was confused, like she didn't even know what she was saying or who she was saying it to, or about or whatever. But anyway, this show's still entertaining and it's fun to watch. But I think that Dipper Scott is going to win it. And let's see, who's performing next week is Banana Split and Queen of Hearts. Oh gosh, that's a hard one to say because we know so far in Banana Split anyway, at least, the ice cream part, no, Banana, sorry. The ice cream part has been singing. Banana has been just playing the piano. So I feel like although Banana can probably sing, he's better at playing the piano. And obviously, the ice cream part is the singer. Now, for Banana Split, I have been stuck on Selena Gomez and Martin Short for quite some time, and there's the director clue in there, and he's the director on Only Murders in the Building, which is an excellent Netflix show. I believe it's Netflix, could be Hulu. I have too many things I watch, but anyway, I'd be in trouble if I had cable, realistically, wouldn't I? But yes, so Martin Short plays for the director on Only Murders in the Building, and there have been a couple of director clues, so I'm still thinking it's that Banana Split is Selena Gomez and Martin Short. I could be wrong. One of the other couples that I considered briefly, but I felt like he would have trouble not singing, is Lucas Grabeel and Ashley Simpson. Not Ashley Simpson. Ashley Tisdale from High School Musical. Ryan and Sharpay. Yes, Lucas Grabeel and Ashley Tisdale um, from High School Musical. I'm going to write this over here before I forget, so I can put it in the comments or in the description section. And I am going to spell Grabeel wrong, so I'll have to look it up. Ashley Tisdale, so I don't say the talk the wrong one. But yes, so, and they are against Queen of Hearts, who I had thought for a while might have been Miley Cyrus, and I've decided is Debbie Ryan, and I think I mentioned it in my last blog, but I also, Queen of Hearts is the one that said stuff about her like them giving her a hard time about her weight because she's a female, and she has always been given a hard time since she has been acting and singing and whatnot and the other about her weight, and that by the media and such. And so that made me think that maybe it's Kelly Clarkson. She's like, even though I have Kathy even though she's done well in this industry and has progressed to doing other things besides what she started out doing, which could be Debbie Ryan or Kelly Clarkson, either one, because Kelly Clarkson, I believe, is a record producer now in addition to singing. And of course, she's on The Voice, so that's a branch out for that. She made the Justin and Kelly movie. I think I want to say she's been in at least one or two other movies. Um, so, and she probably does production of other stuff as well. And she is now out of her American Idol contract, so she's, she is progressing, growing, and doing new stuff. Debbie Ryan, who played on Sweet Life on Deck, she was also on some episodes of The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. She made some guest appearances on there, and then was a regular cast member on Sweet Life on Deck. But she has written and produced some shows, which I keep forgetting to look up the name of the one that she is currently doing. She did one that they worked with her to do it the way that she wanted it to be done and so forth, and gave her a hard part about some of the parts, and she's like, no, this is the way it needs to be done. And so she worked on that one, and then I want to say it was on Netflix. And so it ended during COVID, I believe, last year, partly because of all the COVID stuff. And then she has a new one that's up and going now. So my guess is for Queen of Hearts or Kelly Clarkson or Debbie Ryan, and I'm still leaning toward Debbie Ryan. I've been like, I'm gonna rewatch it and see to me if, excuse me, I need to rewatch the episodes that Group B has been on and concentrate on the parts that have Banana Split and Queen of Hearts and be like, does Queen of Hearts sound like Kelly Clarkson? She has quite a range. But yeah, so I need to do that and then decide for sure. But right now, what I need to do is log off of here because this video, like all my videos, is over 45 minutes long because I'm a chatty Cathy. Because I should have been the truck driver many, many moons ago, or a talk show host, maybe. Anyone want to hire me as a talk show host? I'd do it, as long as it doesn't interfere with babysitting my grandson, because he's just a little delight. Don't want to not do that. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and go. I hope everyone has been enjoying The Masked Singer and Alter Ego. Oh, real quick though, before I do go, my sister told me that I Can See Your Voice is coming back. That's the one that Ken Jeong hosted, where you try to guess who's a good singer and who's not. I really enjoyed that show before when it was on. But so yeah, that's coming back on, I believe after the next season. Well, after this season of Alter Ego ends, probably, or possibly. I don't know how they're going to do it. But anyway, I wanted to mention that real quick while I was thinking about it. And now I am going to go. So everyone, have a great whatever time of night or day it is in your part of the world. Stay safe and stay positive. And let me know. I mean, like, it's like 2 days away, but let me know if you would prefer for me to do a Halifax Explosion Mystery Mondays video, or the ones I've been doing, the cold cases in the national parks within the United States. Some more information on some of those, or like I don't know. If you don't tell me, I'll probably end up doing the Halifax Explosion, because as I said, I have more information on that. So everyone have a good whatever time, night, or day it is in your part of the world, and I'm out of here.